Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. Today I have my loot from my Abyssal Sire boss task. So, as with the Cerberus boss, it took me a couple weeks to kill, mainly because it's one of those long tasks. Like, it's not something you can just sit down and do in like an hour and a half. It's going to take you, 7-8 hours to complete this task if you really do it efficiently. In that case, I don't have that sort of time, especially being in school and stuff like that. So it took me about 2 weeks just to spread out the kills and yeah, finish the task, I guess. So once again, like the Cerberus boss, I did not get a single unsired drop. I didn't get a single, rare drop. In this case, the unsired is what you need to get in order to potentially get a dagger, a bludgeon piece, a pet, or even like a whip or something like that. So they did, however, I was only 3 kills in, and then they announced that they buffed the drop table. So the entire trip, pretty much, I was receiving the buffed drops from the Abyssal Sire. And thank God, because the drops before the buff were pretty terrible. I think all they did was just pretty much double the drops that you get, that you got originally. And that made it, I guess, some decent profitable. What did I just say? Some decent profit? Ignore that. But you guys will see the drops that I get, obviously, once I finish this kill. I might just skip ahead, who knows. But yeah, anyways, fun boss. I have to say, I'd definitely rather do this in Cerberus, mainly because it's a bit more clicking, a bit more running, and because I didn't have a Spectral for Cerberus, which meant that my prayer was constantly drained, and that just annoyed me. So I'm sure Cerberus would be better with a Spectral. I think that's what you have to use there, Spectral, yeah. But this was a very, click-intensive boss. You always had to be moving around. You can't really AFK it. So definitely a very fun boss. Definitely a lot of new, I guess, fighting mechanics that you do for this with the Shadow, Blitz, and Barrage, and Blood Barrage, and but you did have to use a lot of money, obviously. You had to pay a lot for runes, you had to pay a lot for super restores, prayer potions, super combat, stuff like that. So it's not a boss for everyone. I will probably end up going back to the boss, mainly because I do really want to get at least one unsired drop and see what I can get from it. Unfortunately, I didn't get a single one from this, but one day, hopefully one day, and I'll make sure to let you guys know when I do get it. So yeah, I'm sure you guys are waiting. I'm going to go ahead and go straight to the loot, and you guys can see what I get. Here we go. Alright, so I kept track of all the loot on OSBiddy on the side over here, and I'm going to go ahead and withdraw everything from my banks. This is all scattered out, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and sell it, so I will be right back. Alright, so I've withdrawn the first inventory. I still have a bit more in my bank that we'll sell after this inventory, but as you can see here, the big ones here, I'm not even sure, maybe Battle Staves, the Runite Ore definitely, but you guys can pause it if you want, take a look at the different loot, but I'm just going to go ahead and sell it. Nothing that special. Again, this loot was very varied. It's sort of like the Cerberus boss, lots of different things you can get, and they did, of course, increase the drop table, as I mentioned earlier, so we're going to go ahead and sell this, and I will be right back. Okay, so from that first inventory, I managed to make 5.8 mil, which actually surprises me a lot. I didn't think it'd be that much. So right away, I noticed that it's definitely more profitable than Cerberus, at least from the loot you get. Now, obviously, you don't use as much. You're just using pretty much melee at Cerberus. In this case, you're using, all those runes, as I said, you're using Blood Barrage, Shadow Barrage. Losing a lot of stamina potions, it's definitely more costly. I did probably spend a decent amount of money on runes and stuff like that, but I do think it was a lot less than 5.8 mil. So let's get to the second inventory. Okay, so we have the loot on screen right now with the final loot. I actually have some elite clue scrotums in there as well. I got 2 elite clues while killing the Sire boss, but unfortunately not that great of loot as usual, because you guys know I have some pretty poor clue scroll luck. So let's go ahead and sell the rest of this stuff. Okay, so that's it. This time I made about, what is that, 1.3 mil from the 5.8 mil. So up to 7.1 or 7,165,680 total GP just from the loot, including the clue scroll loots, the elite clue loot, from the Sire boss. So I did definitely make a profit. If I had to estimate it, I really didn't keep track of how many runes and stuff I used, because that'd just be insane. Because each kill is different. Sometimes you use more things during a kill, sometimes you less things, obviously. It's usually what happens when, you kill a boss of that caliber. So I'd estimate I probably made about 2 to 4 mil. That's a really big range. That is really bad on my part. Okay, 3 to 4 mil. We're at 3 to 4 mil profit I made on this. I did spend a decent amount on prayer potions and runes, as I said, so we're going with about 3 to 4 mil profit. Took me about a week to complete. I could have done it faster, but I mean, I wasn't on all day. I only killed it when I could. So it's a pretty long task, just like Cerberus. I can compare it to Cerberus, but it is, at least in this case, better loot than Cerberus. And I would rather do this boss. I think it's more fun than Cerberus. Probably, I don't really like Cerberus because I don't have a Spectral, so I always have to constantly restock on prayer and stuff like that. But that's just me. So we're looking at about 7.1 mil here, guys. It's probably just going to go right back into the runes and stuff. And all the super restores, super combats, anti-poison stuff that I used. So get the cash stack back up at least. That's sort of nice. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys try out the Sire boss. Unfortunately, as usual, I didn't get anything from the Sire. I mean, I guess that's good because then you guys can see how much profit you make without actually getting any drops. But that's totally okay. If I do get another Abyssal Demons boss, I probably will end up going back to Sire. Mainly because I do want to get at least one unsired kill, or one unsired drop, and I want to at least see what I can get from it. I didn't get a single crystal drop. I got I think a jar of souls from the Cerberus boss, but not a single drop in my past 2 boss tasks. So that's pretty disappointing. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I will have another up this week. Hope you enjoyed it. As I just said, I've said that like 6 times. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, make sure you guys join the CC as well. Only 5 people in here right now. When you get that back active, as I mentioned earlier, make sure you guys join that. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for the next video. Have a good one. Peace.
Wow.